saying? It's just a lot of drama today, and I'm just lurking online like, what the hell is going on? Like, what the hell is going on? You love my Loki? I'm just like, I had no idea. I was watching Madison's video too. Thank you. It's just kind of like, I just pinned it back. I'm just watching. I added it to my post on the site. I didn't even do like a recap of it. I just put them both up. I put Khia's video up. I put Madison's video up, and then like Madison said, there's something in the middle. How do I feel about it? I feel that they will come together, that they're bigger together. They're bigger as an entity together than they are apart. I think that Khia was fed up with, whatever it was that Maddie was trying to do as far as the upgrades are concerned. I felt like, she expressed that. She left, and she expressed it again this morning in her live video. I hope that maybe, after some time that they will decide, to rejoin forces. But Khia's personality seems to be that of, once I'm done, I'm done. You know what I mean? I don't see any beef between the two. I really don't. I do see, I think Khia was pissed off when Madison liked Funky Dineva's shade or whatever. And I also think that she feels that, there may be a lot of people in Maddie's ear. You know what I mean? So, hey, Timo. Their live appearances will probably be off the chain because they do work well together. Be more shawty. Creative differences. That's what I see. That's exactly what I see. I did see Dineva's response, or some of it, because I was on Alex's live and Alex watched it live, and I ain't trying to give him no click, but it's all lies and fairy tales. It's really all lies and fairy tales. I believe that Khia was telling the truth about a lot of things. I believe Maddie was telling the truth. I don't think their story was any different. I don't think Maddie's story was any different than Khia's story. I just think that they both see it a different way. Maddie's frustrated because she's invested a bunch of money to make it better, or how she feels is better, and Khia is frustrated because she felt like it was okay as it was. You know what I mean? But they both, I feel, are on the same page. After some time, they may get back. Did Funky come between Mariah and Quad too? Yes. So, and as I was saying on Alex's live, I feel like, he's coming between Madison and Khia. Whatever tea he feels like he's spilling is coming from somewhere, and Khia probably thinks it's coming from Madison. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, that's going to create a further rift, because she already said you got too many punks in your house. I don't think she meant gay men literally in the chateau. I think she meant you got too many snakes in your ear. And that's exactly what's going on right now, because it just seems like there's a lot of people, saying certain things about Khia. She does this, she does that. You better watch out for this and watch out for that. But at the end of the day, she hasn't done anything that... She's been straightforward with everything she said. I'm Team Queen's Court. I like them both. But as far as who's telling the truth, I know Khia is telling the truth about a lot of the things she said. I know she's telling the truth about Dineva's drug use. I know she's telling the truth about, I just know she's telling the truth. So... they still have a good show, Classy Southern Lady. They still have a good show. And I feel like they'll still have a good show when they come back, whenever they choose to come back as one. Khia will have a good show on Monday. Khia and Maddie will have a good show live when they, visit whatever cities they have to go visit. And I feel like, if things go well, on tour, that, they may come back together and things will be as they are. At the bar sniffing off the counter, yes, that's true. Look, Khia isn't the first person to see it, and she's not the last. I mean, everybody, the whole Atlanta, the whole Atlanta knows. So she's telling the truth. She's telling the truth. And hell, he said she was telling the truth pretty much, except the only lie he said she said was that he wasn't sniffing it off the counter. He was using something. Or he went in the bathroom and did it. Whatever the case, he did it. Whatever the case is, he did it. And he does it. Yeah, I mean, Rena, it's no secret. Everybody knows it. That's why he's not here in Atlanta right now. And yes, he still owes me $5,700, whatever the number was that I calculated on the thing. So, classy Southern lady, I mean, at the end of the day, he's been doing this for years. I don't even know if he's probably immune to it at this point. He does it so much. And, you know, the more you do, the more you have to do. I mean, whatever. He got fired from Sister Circle. At least that's what the court documents say, because my garnishment was from Sister Circle. So the court sent over that he was terminated. I mean, it is what it is. He was terminated. I mean, Rena, I mean, my commentary ain't no different than it's always been. I've said he's talented. He's a funny dude, but he's a liar too. He lies about a lot of things. And, you know, I mentored him, so I know, you know, he's using his platform to create his own narrative. His narrative is, I'm not a drug addict, and Khia lied on me, and I'm going on Khia, I'm going on her grandkids, I'm going on everybody. That's what he does. He's a nasty person. He's going, whatever black woman you can pick out the crowd, that's who he's gonna go in on. You won't see him going in on no black dudes, because he knows he'll get his butt beat. But other than that, he hates women. He hates Khia because he's not her. He wants to be her. He wishes he was a rapper. But he's not. You know what I mean? He wishes he could have had that platform that she and T.S. Madison had. But he didn't. So, you know. Josh is probably somewhere in traffic. I don't know. He's out working. I'm working. I was in my office chilling. Exactly. He makes a mockery of women on his site. He's not transgender. He's not transvestite. He's not trans nothing. He puts on a wig and lipstick to mock black women. But yet he hates them so much that he calls himself a rich white one. So it's just, you know, it is what it is. He's a mess. Funky the nigga. That's funny. Hold on. But yeah, I was thinking about going on YouTube Live, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, I don't have anything extra to add to the story. It is what it is. He still owes me money. He fucked up my townhouse. He fucked up my floors. I spent over $10,000 rehabbing my townhouse for my next tenant. I had to take him to court. I had to find him to get him served because he doesn't have a stable place to live. We served him at the bar. Once we served him, he didn't show up to court. The judge ruled in my favor. I had to go back to court to present my evidence, which was my receipts, everything that I had to do, pictures, receipts, video, everything. I had to show the judge. The judge decided, okay, I'm not gonna give you $10,000, which is what I was asking for, because the limit is 15 in small claims court. But she was like, I give you whatever the balance was. It was $6,700 and something. I had to again, he didn't come to court. I got a judgment. I had to garnish his wages. We've been looking for him for over a year now. We found him when he had a job at Sister Circle because he had to use his social to get that job. I finally got him. I got a garnishment. I got like 6 weeks worth of checks. It was like 200 and something every 2 weeks. The court collected it and he got terminated, and I just got the check. And that's why I posted a check, because I'm like, dang, it's been 2 years. It was February 2016 when I evicted him. 2 years. And we had to go through this. So if you were genuine about anything you said, if somebody was lying on you, whatever the case may be, you know you owed the back past due rent, and you know you messed up my place. You know you owe the money. He never paid the money. He lied to his followers saying he paid. He didn't. So yeah, I mean the little 1,300, whatever it was I got, I was just happy to get that. Like it was really a surprise check in the mail. I'm like, oh my god, I got $1,300, honey. I can go to the spa this weekend, get my hair done or something. But yeah, but it's that much more. I am still not made whole because my, it took a lot to clear up that. But it is what it is. No one tried to put him on blast. If you followed me back on Periscope back then, I wasn't trying to put him on blast. It was none of that. I was looking at my townhouse like, damn, this is really fucked up. Like, I bought this house. I used to live in this house. And I'm looking around like, dang, there's urine on the floor, like, dripped through to the subflooring. We had to tear up the wood and like, it was just a mess. It was piss stains on the carpet upstairs. It was bleach stains on the carpet upstairs. My washer and dryer was missing. It was what it was. I was very disturbed because I have never experienced that before, Rena. Like never. Like and the fact that this is somebody that I helped personally. It was a rude awakening. But like I said, it was 2 years ago. I'm over it. I'm sure he's over it. But at the end of the day, I want my money. I want my coins. Shoot. Again, let's hear, like I said in the post, I've never lost a friend. So I don't consider him a friend. I consider him somebody, like, I met him through social media. He reached out to me in DM. Like, I've been blogging for, like, going on 11 years now. So I guess when he was first starting, he hit me up and was asking me, about Housewives stuff. Can we meet for drinks? Can we this, that, and the third? And that's how we met. So as far as I'm concerned, he was just another social media person who was just trying to ride my wave. I've never, thought about, using him and all the things that he said. He tried to say that I did. No one was studying all that. No one was using anybody. At the end of the day, the Chateau Sheree stuff, everybody thought that was funny. It wasn't, oh, let me get at Sheree because I'm fucking her husband and all the lies that he told on me. He talking about the lies somebody's telling on him. What about the lies he told? What about all of that? I'm not even waiting on Carmen to get him as far as that's concerned. Like, I'm not. Thank you, Let's Heal. I'm trying to stay blessed. Trying. But yeah, my grind has never stopped. I've been doing this for 10 years. I try to stay consistent. I try to, do my little blog posts every day, talk about what I talk about, review the Housewives as I have for a decade. Like, I've done what I've done. Like, I always say that, the truth always comes out in the end. So it's no big deal. You could talk about me. You could say whatever. And the same thing with him. The truth will come out whether he's lying about his drug use or not. It'll come out. So, yeah. Appreciate it. It's funny because people were like all in my DMs, why you had to put his name on the check or why, whatever. I didn't put his name on the check. The courthouse put his name on the check. Like, I was just happy to get the check. It was from the courthouse. It is what it is. Do I think the last episode of Housewives was too boring? It was okay. I feel like it's getting better. I just don't feel like the production this year is in tune with the show. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that Michael Beck is really in tune with the fans and the show itself. Yeah, he's all about creating drama and he feels like he could do all of that. But I felt like this season could have been like could have been like a really good benchmark season. It was the 10th season. They could have did flashbacks. They could have talked about, all the things from, the first season that, that drew us in to like the characters. But they didn't. It just started off as, just another regular season. And, we were all so hyped, like, oh, this is the 10th season of Housewives and Needy coming back and this, that, and the third, and who's going to be a guest. And everybody was looking for that wow factor, and we still haven't gotten it. You didn't miss anything, Miss Pisces. He owes me money. He didn't owe me money, but he was my tenant. He got behind on rent. He didn't pay rent. I ended up having to evict him. when I evicted him, he left a ton of trash in the house. He tore up the house, and yeah, there's a video floating around somewhere about it. But Housewives is tired of those black women try to tear down each other. And I don't even know that that's it, girly Gemini, because if you look at the other versions of the Housewives, Beverly Hills, Orange County, all the women are catty toward each other. I don't think it's just black women tearing each other down. In fact, I think Bravo, don't even get me started with the racist allegations, but as far as, you know, forcing Kim on everybody, and the little racist undertones, because, you know, Atlanta is, you know, the black Mecca, as they called it in the first season. But I still like it, I guess, because I like the characters, some of the characters anyway. Shake up Atlanta, take Kim. Kim isn't really on per se. She's a friend of the show, but, you know, nobody really cares. The pick of the check was necessary. I mean, you know, my thing is, I've never talked about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody else has talked about it. Other bloggers have talked about it. Other YouTubers have talked about it. It's been 2 years. I never said a word. You know, people have accused me of going back and making other bloggers talk about it. I can't make nobody do nothing. I am not Oprah Winfrey. I am not the queen of the internet. I wish I was. But yeah, I never talked about it. So yeah, when I got a check, I'm like, look, I got a check. You know, I was happy to get a check. Shoot, I'm still chasing the check. I'm still chasing the remaining $5,000. This was just a 1/6 of the total payout. So, you know. I feel like Eva's a good addition. I feel like, you know, we will hopefully see more of her family life and things like that. I feel like that's a good thing. Exactly, Rena. I feel like I could do what the hell I want to do. People like all them. Why you put that on there? Why you do? Why does he tell people business? Why does he like judge all these black women every day on his platform? Why does he do that? Why does he wear a wig and red lipstick mocking black women? Why does he do that? We can say, why do people do whatever they do? I can't answer that question. I can say, for me personally, I am a blogger and I blog. As far as my Instagram is concerned, I use my Instagram for personal stuff really nowadays, because my blog makes money for me. So I post things on my blog for my advertisers, and I post things on Instagram as, hey, look at me, I'm on a diet. Or, hey, look at me, I'm out of town. Or, hey, look at me. What was interesting though, let's talk about this video for a second that Dineva did about Khia. I'm tripping because what I heard on Alex's thing, he was saying something about, you know, where's her house? Can she pull up in her van at her house and this and that? I'm like, dude, he don't even have a car or a house or a bed or a home or a chair or anything. So how can he sit up here and talk about somebody else not having a home or not owning a home? You don't even own anything. You don't even have an apartment. I just saw that and it just made me like, my teeth were grinding. My teeth were grinding. I wish somebody would create a GoFundMe for him so that he could collect my coins and send it to me, please. Don't send it to him because he'll just sniff it up. Please save this on my timeline. I might put it on YouTube, child. I just put shit on YouTube. It's fine. I'm trying to get my YouTube numbers up. I'm trying to add to diversify my revenue streams. I used to have a YouTube channel, but you know, it is what it is. They get deleted, and it was deleted. And when my second YouTube channel got deleted, I was just like, fuck YouTube. And so I just focused on my site and started putting my videos elsewhere. I got a ton of videos. I have a ton of interviews, all kind of things, but Maddie doesn't seem to want anyone else. I don't think Madison wants anyone else. I think that from what I saw in that video, especially the end of that video, it just seemed like she had hope. Like she was like, you know, there is no Queen's Court without T.S. Madison and Khia. There isn't. Like I said before, they're stronger together than they would ever be apart. Like, yeah, they're both talented. They're both funny. They both have their own comedic styles. But before now, nobody was paying attention. Well, I mean, they both had their audiences. I get it. Some of y'all watched both of them. But, no, they didn't have as big of an audience they have now until they got together. So if they could have made it alone, they would have made it alone. They're doing great together. I mean, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that they'll get back together and, pull this thing off. But, sometimes, your favorite singing group break up. And they never get right when they break up. Look at En Vogue. En Vogue been trying to get back together since Dawn left or whoever left. Like Destiny's Child. They keep on talking about a reunion, but we don't even care no more because Beyonce is the breakout star. So shit happens. If she had someone else you would watch. What's the tea on the check? We already talked about that. I got a check. I got a little check. It's just a little check. And so I was happy I got a little check. I didn't think I was going to see anything. Look, here go. When all that drama was happening, like Judge Mathis even reached out to me. They wanted me to come on Judge Mathis and try my case in front of Judge Mathis with him. I guess they probably would have had him up there wearing a wig or something. I don't know. But I doubted that he would even go. But the reason I didn't go on Judge Mathis because there's a cap on what you can win, and it's $2,000. I'm like, $2,000? I don't want that, because they were like, the difference being you could get your $2,000 now as opposed to going through the process, then getting a judgment, then going through a garnishment, then waiting to get paid. And I'm like, yeah, I could, but $2,000 is not even a portion of what he owes. So I just chose to, go the long route. I plan to keep going until I get every last penny. So, he keeps changing. Like, I sent it to Google for his AdSense, but he put it in one of his friends' names, and I know which friend he did. But again, I didn't have a judgment in her name. I had a judgment in his name. So I couldn't get the money. So, I mean, they fell out over it. So I don't know, if it's back in his name now or not. I'll refile it and see what I can do. That's what I was just saying, Miss Gates SBA, that I tried to garnish YouTube. He was on another network, Full Screen, which is a YouTube network also. I think he got either booted or, he quit that network because I had sent them garnishment papers. So it's like chasing a child, like, exactly, Rena. It's like chasing a deadbeat dad. So if you don't think you're wrong, I don't get it. If he didn't think he was wrong, he would have showed up in court. You know what I mean? With all of his receipts, like all them fake receipts that he showed y'all, he would have showed up in court and would have been like, I paid, I don't owe anything but $120 or whatever it is he was saying online. He would have did that. But that's why I didn't respond to that, because he was lying. He was lying. He owed the past due rent. He owed the rent for the month he left. He owed the damages. It was a whole lot. And regardless, like I said on YouTube the other day, I don't care if I spent $8,000 on purses, shoes, cars, clothes. If I gave all the men my money, it doesn't matter. Like, I am not obligated to pay anybody's rent. I'm not obligated to put up anybody in my rental property that's not paying the rent. I'm not. Friend or foe, I'm not. The young followers or whatever who see that is always like, oh, he lost his mom and you should have made concessions. That's great. I'm sorry he lost his mom. I went to the funeral. He even blasted me for going to the funeral. I went to the funeral as a friend. You know what I mean? Knowing that you still owe me rent and you had an eviction before I even came to the funeral. But that's a whole nother story. But I'm just like, I'm sorry his mom died. I'm sorry. But my bank didn't care that his mama died. Hell, my bank wouldn't care if my mama died. So I still had to pay, and he still had to leave, and I wasn't going to pay for him to stay there. It wasn't going to happen. I do have integrity, Rena. In fact, I even called him before the sheriff was coming. I told him the sheriff was coming and called him before they got there. So, look, what more can I do? What more can I do? So... And he told me the week before, when I told him the sheriff was coming, he told me, well, I have all my stuff out. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, the sheriff is coming on whatever the day it was, and that was that. Then the day the sheriff was coming, I called him. I was like, well, you know they coming today. And I guess he had went out the night before or whatever, and he was scrambling to get all his stuff out. What, is that my fault? I told you a week before, like a regular landlord wouldn't have told you crap. You just would have woke up one morning thinking it was a regular day, and they would have been putting your shit on the curb like they probably have in the last 3 or 4 evictions that you went through after me. Did those people call you and tell you? Ain't no landlord ever waived rent due to death. None. Not a one. And again, 3 months. He went 3. I was basically floating him for 3 months. Okay. Then he paid me for 2 months. Then he was still late for 1 month. And then I was like, even at that time, still sending evictions every month. Still sending evictions. Rent is due on the 1st, late after the 5th. You trying to pay me on the 22nd? I don't want it. Eviction. So regardless, if you say every month I paid on the 22nd, it doesn't matter if every month you paid on the 22nd and you paid the late fee. It doesn't matter. Rent is due on the 1st of the month all around the world. As far as I'm concerned, in all my properties. They put things in other people's names, girly Gemini. So after, a gazillion evictions, they have friends and family and, dead parents and whoever else. They put things in other people's names. And it's not impossible to get an apartment. People do it all the time. People doctor documents all the time. People, change around their socials all the time. People, it's easy to get in some places. So, stolen identities. You would be scared to do it. Most normal people would be scared to do it, but desperate people don't care. If you can't get a place, what are you gonna do? You're gonna get it by any means necessary. So, anywho, I guess that's my tea session for today. I will probably post this video over on YouTube. Oh, you want to see my view? Hold on. You can see my light. Anyway, is that all? I might do another Q&A on YouTube, but not really. It wasn't raining. It was like overcast. So I am just who I am. I am just who I am. I am a blogger who just blogs about things I find interesting on the internet. That's all I have been. That is all I profess to be. I ain't trying to hate nobody. I ain't trying to ruin careers and lives and I ain't trying to do none of that. So anybody tell you those lies about me is a lie. So if you haven't been on Straight from the A today, I didn't do that much because I was running around. I'm a little landlord and stuff. So my property, I have another property in Fairburn I was doing some inventory on. Run around and look at stuff, but that's a whole nother story. Unwind, yes. What did I write about? I wrote about Gladys Knight, putting to bed the facelift rumors. I don't know if I believe Gladys, but she say she didn't. I wrote about Khia, of course, and Queen's Court, and I put her entire video. I actually did a video on YouTube, but it took forever to upload, and by the time it uploaded, everybody else's videos was up. So it was like, child, I don't even have time to do no T.S. Madison do a little video for her video. I'm just gonna put her video in there. So I did that, and I did about Adrian Brunner, who got arrested in Atlanta. Gladys is snatched. I don't care what she says, but she says it was God-given genes and good living. That's what she said. God-given genes and good living. So, no, and clean living. That's what she said. Am I still going to interview Andrew Caldwell? Maybe, probably, yeah. I mean, if he comes to town, I'll holler at him and see what he's talking about. He crazy. It'll be entertaining. I don't know if he's still homeless or not, Zoe. They say he is. That's why he moved to Miami. So maybe, maybe he'll get a place in Miami with all the money he's making from his Khia videos. I'm gonna try to, file another garnishment. But again, I can't never get an address on him. Like, as soon as we get an address, he gone. They didn't put him out. He gone. So, and I have to, it's Georgia law. You have to serve your garnishee. That's why it was almost impossible for me to get this one. But I mean, he says everybody's lying on him, so I guess everybody's lying. He's the only one telling the truth, honey. He's the only one telling the truth. Yeah, he's gone. Because before he left, he was he stayed with Rico Chappelle for a little while. He stayed with Justin J for a little while. He stayed with Tanya, the Pretty Plates girl, for a little while. He stayed with a couple people. Couch surfing. He said he made 2,000. I'm glad. He needs it because cocaine is high. I'm sure in a minute he gonna disappear for a week or two. It is what it is. Yep, you have to find them and their employer. You're right. Again, the only job he's had so far is Sister Circle. But hell, when I found my garnishment, I had to try to beat the damn who was it? The damn student loan people, because they looking for him too. So I was trying to get mine in there before they did. And they was sending people to my townhouse. And that's the only reason I knew about that is because I'm like, I got a Ring doorbell. So even if I'm not there, I see who's coming to the door. I'm like, who is this coming to my door at my townhouse? And it was like somebody trying to serve him for that. Why he get fired from Sister Circle? I don't know. I heard Quad had something to do with it. That's what I heard, but I don't know. But he did get fired. That's a definite. It wasn't of his own free will. He got fired. They let him go. Is he trying to say he not owning them? Well, maybe he got claimed when he went back to Miami. But the point being is you were homeless because you were on it. So maybe he hit rock bottom and finally, people change. People change. I'm sure all of his friends hope, that he changed because he burned a lot of bridges here before he left. Anyway, you guys, I think I've spilled enough. Go to my YouTube channel. I think I'm gonna go live. Probably, what time is it? 7. I don't know what time. Probably like 8:30-ish. I'm gonna go live tonight. So go to my youtube.com, ATLien, and subscribe, and you'll get a notification when I go live. I like going live on YouTube because, YouTube paid girls. I'm all about a coin. I may actually even, download this video and put it over there too. So who knows? I'll leave it up for a little while though. So I'll see y'all in a little while. Black Beauty, be more shawty, be highly favored squad. See y'all. Bye. Say bye, Biggie.